All right. Hey there, Twitch. Welcome. We've got a new night of streaming. I'm so excited to begin a new game here that we've started through our awesome friends that Start Playing Games. We've got a whole new crew, whole new batch of characters that will be introduced shortly. And it's going to be fun, I believe. So we got a lot happening. Let's see here. First, some really good things doing music today through Sirenscape. Which is a free-to-use platform that you can then get pay a fee if you so desire. But yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff. And if you didn't know, they actually have a lot of soundtracks for some of the pre-made adventures you can buy as well. So it's a cool little tool. Takes a little workout. It's fun. Other than that, we are broadcasting using StreamYard. And we'll be using D&D Beyond, so you can go ahead and see how many spell slots our characters have left, how much HP, by scrolling over them in the interface there on Twitch, and it'll link you right to them, and you can just see how everybody's built, and see maybe what you would do. But it's time to play. So, we open up in the city of Whitestone. I'm excited I get to say that. It's roughly 2 a.m. Before all of you all stand inside the ground floor of a business known as the Slayer's Cake. One of the premier bakeries of Taldore, known to ship their products to Iman, the capital city, on a regular basis. Now, this usually bright and colorful place here at 2 a.m. is deserted. It's black, unseeable to some of you. For others, your dark vision gives you the shadows and the shades of gray that move to black in the distance. There's glass cases. Now, you arrived here tonight because you're approached by an importer of goods who simply told you that they had shipped the wrong ingredient here, and because that this wouldn't have been the first time that they had messed up the shipment, were in danger of losing this very, very lucrative account. And as such, had agreed to pay each of you 50 gold pieces for you to retrieve the right ingredient. Or retrieve the ingredient they had sent, and to replace it with a crate of what should have been sent, which is 50 pounds of sugar. Now, they paid you 25 gold of this in advance, and sent all of you on your way. Each getting all of you for various reasons. Some of you are here because you just want to help, and you saw somebody in trouble who could have lost almost every account in Whitestone for losing the Slayer's Cake, as it's an influential business here. Others of you are just happy to make the coin, and still others just like to be where any type of desperation could be. But while some of you knew each other before, you all met here and have met again. Early morning while it's still dark. Now, when you arrived here, the door was locked. Everything was locked tight. The windows of this brick building that have carvings of ice cream on top. So, my first question is, how did you get in?
2 a.m. Yeah. How can you go around the building the entire way, or is it like fenced off in the back? Can you check the back for like another door? Or
the back
windows?
is entirely freestanding. So the building is entirely freestanding. So, looking through the back, there is still locked, but a door that's not in the main area of the street.
And what about windows on the building?
There is a main window, kind of like a show window. They're about 5 feet high, and 10 feet wide. The other windows that are here are not overly wide, though possible for some of you to sneak through if you had so desired. More there for ventilation, about 2 feet in height, and maybe 3 feet wide. So 24 inches, not impossible.
Just to clarify, we're all on the street right now.
You are inside, entirely,
inside.
but we're going to. How did
Okay.
you get in?
How did we get in? Well, I'm pretty good with the lockpick, so that is a possibility.
I imagine we gave that a shot first. See if we could pick the lock on the back door.
All right. So Xavier, would that be what you were doing?
Believe I did change the name to Drakesh.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Your window says Xavier.
My
If
mistake.
you could do that for me,
I'm so sorry.
Be very,
I
very appreciated.
thought I changed that. My mistake. That's okay. I'll fix it.
Nope. Just help me out, tons.
Oh, I'm sure I changed it, but that's okay.
Perfect. Sure.
That's okay. All right, so we're definitely going to try that because it'd be my go-to.
All right. So how do you approach that? Just to be, there's not a ton. I mean, there's guards that pass here and there. It is sort of a main street, but just how does Drakash go just to kind of be on the down low?
I would definitely need my group of compatriots to keep watch, that's for sure. Other than that, we'd have to wait for some guards to pass and find an opportune moment there, I suppose. Unless someone feels like distracting the guards, and that's another story, right?
I think so. Devin would have recommended trying the back door because it's a little bit more out of sight in this scenario.
Wait, we
And
are trying to pick the back door, right? I was under the same impression.
I don't know if we clarified that
Yeah.
at all.
Sure. So in that case, let's just go ahead and let's get a first dice roll out of the way, and let's do a group stealth check, just so that this somewhat large group can just kind of go to the back. How noticed you might have been going to the back of this building.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
10.
That is a 10.
23.
23.
6.
That's
6. Okay.
also a 6. The moonlight on my skin, I'm like a beacon. I'm just
Awesome.
This is the first time I'm in a large crowd working as a group, so I fumbled over myself and tripped.
Gotcha. So, to go through, and as you all begin to move, you see this woman who looks to be about 55 years old, a human, kind of skinny, blue eyes. She's walking a black dog that has a little tag that you immediately see, those of you with dark vision, just says Ruby on it. And she's got this red hair, probably dyed, and she kind of goes, "What are y'all up to then?"
Hi.
Hey,
Is that your dog?
it is my dog. You know they're closed, right?
Are they?
Mm-hmm. It's
Well, yeah, that's where we're going to knock.
ain't no one in there, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. Right. So, where'd you get your dog?
Well, raised her from a puppy. It's for friends. Their dog had puppies, and I've had her for years. She's my little
many?
Ruby.
How many years?
How many years?
Yes, how many years?
Oh, she's about 10 years old.
10 years old. And you are how old?
Excuse me?
How old are you?
No.
No what? No age?
While this conversation's going on, can I try and slip out to the back door?
I'll say with your stealth check and that good distraction, you kind of get to the back door. She's like, I just, what I'll say is let's have Dizzy make a persuasion here, because she's getting a little weirded out and suspicious and feels in danger, possibly.
0.
She just starts running.
Is
You
that-
see
is
her
that
like
possible?
the dog, and they just start going. She is bolting away from the situation.
Well, I guess I make it to the back door without being bothered there.
And where she might go and who she might say, who can say? But go ahead then, Darkash, and make a lockpick check for me. Thieves' tools.
Were there any people around, or are we pretty much in the clear at the back door?
In the back, it's pretty much dead. No one's really around here.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do I roll for the thieves' tools? Sorry.
So, if you don't already, if somebody make a cut for it, but basically it's your dex plus proficiency. So if you have any other dex proficiency, like acrobatics or something, you could just hit that. It's the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Dex plus proficiency, so I can just do that.
What you get?
Hold up. Don't know if that was right. Oh, yeah, that was right. I got a 12, so...
A 12. So you go and you're... So now is a good time. Why don't you describe for us what Drakash looks like, specifically how they look like picking this lock. And so physical description and things about them as far as they're picking the lock.
Yeah, sure thing. So, Drakash is a roughly 5'6" drow half elf. Obviously, dark skin tone with a purple hue. He's got a very noticeable eye patch covering his left eye, which appears to be covering a scar. His hair is dark and tied up in a what would I say? Like a tidy bun, or an almost elegant looking bun, as if it was sort of part of like an upper class sort of area. So it's quite clean. Other than that, he's got a well-groomed beard as well. Not so much a beard, but he's got facial hair that's well-groomed and well looked after. So overall, in terms of his face, he's very well-groomed. He wears bandages around his torso. There's no noticeable wound, but there could be. As far as anyone's aware, other than that, he's got a large-ish, I don't know if I'd say trench coat, maybe somewhat shorter than a trench coat, more like an outlaw's jacket sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of pockets, and little secret compartments inside there, so it's mostly just to keep things on the body hidden, if need be. So other than that, just sort of leather pants down from there, and like leather thieves boots sort of thing. So something light, comfortable, quiet.
Is there anything mentionable about your lockpick set or your thieves' tools?
I don't know if I would say there's anything noticeable about it. It's definitely been used, so it's been It's been with Drakesh for quite some time. So the likelihood of something breaking might be up there. Might be high.
Yeah. Got some weathered wood handles, and you run your fingers in ways you're very used to, manipulating the tool, spinning it, and your thumbs have made grooves over the time using this, and kind of you're close, but there's an unexpected pin. Most standard ones have 4 here, and there's this 5th pin that just the position of it's strange, and you just can't.
Sorry, guys,
quite
I've never done this
get it.
before.
And take your picks
First
out.
time.
So, that attempt having failed, what would you like to do?
It's the door's fault, honestly. It's nothing to do with me. Next plan, please.
I mean, we can always break a window.
So, can somebody else make that attempt, or would you say that that option is out the window?
So, when we make second attempts, the DC does raise a bit, and the chance for a more catastrophic type of failure rises.
Okay.
So, yes.
Can I just check the windows to see if they'll open?
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Natural 19.
Okay. You're plus 0.
You said investigation? Dirty 20.
Okay. On the back here is a good window to kind of do this with. And what you're able to find is these particular ones aren't so much meant to be open as they're slits that you could, they're metal with slits in them for draft and for ventilation. However, you see where they have been tightened with some fashioned screws. And the mortar is also a little loose. So if you were careful, I think maybe you could get these out. Depending on
Guys, you
what
think we might be
resources
able to
you have.
pull these grates out and possibly get in through a window?
I'm listening.
I give a tug on it and see what state it's really a.
All right. Well, in that case, make a strength check.
Dirty 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead and take this moment to describe your character and their particular technique in pulling on this grate.
He's in a hood, kind of a sorcerer's hood, kind of covered everything up. He's about a little bit over 6 foot, and as he approaches with this kind of sway about him, he just grabs on the window and just gives it a tug, trying to see if the mortar will give some, or if the screws are in fact, just for show at this point.
Mm-hmm. You're able to brace down with your elbow against the side and using your knee for some leverage in this tug, kind of, and quietly it shifts, almost like you're pulling out a brick. You see that's actually attached within a large block. Kind of brace for a second as you set it down. And you now have a 2 foot tall, 3 foot wide opening.
How large is the crate we've got? The crate of sugar?
a crate of sugar here would fit if you wanted to get it through here. But remember, you also have to retrieve the wrong ingredient.
And you take a look at the group, and the person in the back is twice the size of the rest of you, and you can probably immediately guess that he's not going to fit through that space.
The other thing you would have noticed here is that while the back door here is padlocked from the outside, the front door looks like it could be unlocked from the inside fairly easily.
Now that we have an opening, can I climb in and have a look around?
If you wish to do this, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Oh god. That is a 6.
With a 6. Give me a dex save in addition to that, please.
Oh no. Stumbling towards the windows, reeking of alcohol right now. At a 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you practiced in your mind, at least. You're able to put both your hands here on the edges of this rectangular surface, lift yourself up, and your intent here is to kind of flatten yourself out, put your legs through, and allow yourself to shift through. But you get it wrong, and instead end up just headbutting the brick wall here, falling down, though having enough wherewithal to cushion your fall. Even though there's just a little bit of blood on your forehead with what looks like a welt that's going to be forming in the relative future.
Yeah. I'm gonna feel that in the morning.
Yeah, and for this ringing, the next attack or check you make will be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
So Devin will walk over and offer a hand up.
Okay.
would
Would
be
this be
nice.
for Drakash, or would this be someone else trying this?
No, sorry, he offers a hand to help Drakash up off the
Right.
ground.
I was just trying to see if someone...
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
I come over to the
I'll accept that, honestly.
I'll come over to the window and take a knee and ask Rowan, jump in there and open the front door.
Yeah, let me get in there.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to try this one.
Try to, I guess, use them to help prop me in. See if I can
just
squeeze
me.
through.
Watch the brick wall, dude. It'll get you.
All right.
I'll try to keep.
Rowan, why don't you describe your... Go ahead and describe Rowan and describe their technique here.
Well, Rowan is a half-elf bard. He's not as sure as he lets on of himself, but he's certainly going to try. Medium build, kind of athletic. He's hopefully enough to get through here. I'm going to prop myself off a Rivier and try to push my way through the small opening. See if I can't make it in without smacking my head on the brick.
All right. So for this, let's go ahead and do an acrobatics check.
Alright. I got a 14 with plus 5 acrobat bonus.
So 19.
Yep.
Go ahead and you jump up on the knee off of you, put your hand on the shoulder, kind of do a slight handstand, allow your feet to go in and just give a little push, and effortlessly you land.
Guys, I think I made it.
And with that, I believe you're able to unlock the front door, and all of you able to make your way in.
I'm still going to try to jump in.
I see her staying back there, and I'll stay back there with her to just in case.
All right. All right, Shaq, why don't you describe Dizzy here and just what it looks like for her jump here?
Okay. Dizzy is a satyr woman, about 20 or so, green hair. She wears very exotic colors, every color of wildflower out in nature, which is kind of surprising that nobody spotted her on that stealth check. She's about 5 feet tall, and she even decorates her hooves with a reddish type polish. She's the type of person who enters a room, and if there's a lot of people there, she has to talk to everybody before she leaves, whether she knows them or not. And that's because asking questions is kind of how you get to know people. And when you think about it, there's really no such thing as an invasive question, because questions are designed to be invasive. It's all about attaining knowledge from someone else, going into their brain, taking it out, getting knowledge. So why people get offended by that makes absolutely no sense. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, jumping. So because she has mirthful leaps, does that add anything to this other than the D8 for distance?
I'd say why don't you roll a d4 in addition to your acrobatics check.
Okay. My acrobatics goes at 12, and my d4, so that's a 13.
13. 13 will do here. So you're able to get down on your hooves, bend your leg, kind of flip and flatten through. And land in.
And is this the bakery?
This is.
Okay, I'm going to start looking for like toppings and stuff.
I thought you said
gonna go and
licking.
knock on the front door. I'm just gonna start banging on the front door.
All right.
Hey, you open?
So Rowan is able to let all of you in when you see Dizzy here. Dizzy, just make a quick perception check for me.
14.
So there are, where you ended up landing in here, there are a good number of toppings. There seems to be some prepared frosting.
I'll take it.
Ready to go. And as well as some hard candies
I'll take that.
here. Specifically, you see that you have a frosting and hard candy, and you see some. There's some other containers that have been burst. Some of the hard candies have been burst. Some of the frosting burst.
I'm going to smell those.
All right. What are you attempting to discern?
Are they spoiled?
Okay. I'd say with that same perception, there's not any type of off smell here. They're not spoiled. You just see that the containers are just blown open.
I'll try to fit some in my bag.
Okay. The rest of you come in here, and again, you are standing, and the rest of you, I think, from seeing Dizzy going through here, you see that even, and a few of you have been in here, because you've been in the city for a while, you've at least gotten a coffee or the like here. And it's strange, there's just stuff that's spread around. It's not very neat here. Like I said, candies, and it looks like bits of frosting, and even wood pass is like a fondant material, just is like strewn about, and someone's on the wall as you enter in here.
I don't think we said earlier, but correct me if I'm wrong. I guess so. Ringar will be holding the goods that we are supposed to be taking into this
Okay.
place. He'll be the one holding the crate of materials or whatever.
Sure thing. Yep. You have what has been told to you is a crate of sugar.
Just curious, how heavy is it?
The sugar here will be roughly 50 pounds.
Oh, okay. So it's not small. It's not a small amount.
No, it's a big hunk of.
Okay.
With,
Have we
with my
located
passive
it?
perception, can I tell if it's likely to be vermin or humanoid that come in here and leaving all this disarray?
I feel like that's a nature check. Why don't you go ahead and make one?
Plus 12 total.
12. I think what you. It doesn't make sense that it would be vermin. It's not pieces so much. And you don't see any teeth mark. It's doesn't strike
Has it
true
been
to
spread
you.
onto the ground as well?
There's some pieces on the ground.
Like, can we discern if there's any footprints or?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. That is a 12.
12. So 12. You see there's some crushed gumballs that seem to have about the shape of what looks like a boot print in them. That seems to be going to a metal door in the back behind the counter that you have not been past.
Oh,
And as you look around, what I'll say is you don't see any crates of materials up here. Everything up here has been kind of made ready to use, either in canisters or other things. But what was described to you as crates, you're not seeing. At least not in this particular area.
I guess I'll just call Devon over to have a look at the footprints. I mean, you're part of the rifle corps, aren't you?
So are you talking to me? I missed the question.
Yeah. You're part of the rifle corps, right?
Yeah.
Rifle corps. Do you do much in the way of investigating sort of crimes or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll take a look around. Can I do an investigation check and sort of see if there's anything familiar or kind of suss out what's gone on in here?
Sure. Please make a check.
It's not good. 7.
7. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character at this point?
Sure. So Devon is taller than most individuals. He's got a head of neatly combed, short, chestnut brown hair. He's got a lean frame with skin the color of caramel. And within the noble features of his face live a pair of bright eyes, the color of honey, and a mouth that always seems about to break into a smile. Devon is wearing plain, earth tone, sturdy clothes. He has a confidence as he moves through the room, checking it out. And he always seems to have a warm and friendly demeanor. But that is sort of shifted now and is more like a concern. And is kind of moving his eyes around the room, watching for something to happen.
Okay. Here you begin to second. Investigating here, you take some time and you begin to get down low. And you're running your hands, and there is some going on the crushed candy. And we had a 7, correct?
Yeah, it was 7.
Okay. And as you're attempting to figure out, you just kind of, at the corner of your eye, follow a pathway into what looks like it's going underneath. You see the absence of some material. And as you kind of get down to, as this material seems to go underneath the counter, you kind of get down and you see a piece of cake that's sitting there. And then from the frosting that looked like maybe that was covered with some type of gumball or something like that, an eye opens. And another one as it reaches out with teeth and goes to bite you.
If
And
I have
as-
time, I'm definitely going to get her back.
Yeah. Well, that will. We'll see how the AC does here. In the meantime, everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh,
I think I have advantage on initiative from my dagger as well. However that works.
All right. So this will simply be a 12 to hit.
12 just misses.
All right. So quickly, you are able to skitter back, move back as this cake on legs walks like.
Which one do you want?
Oh, guys, that initiative is so bad.
oh.
And there's the cake.
Yeah.
Oh, not
that
all
was
of
god
them,
awful.
but
Level 1.
oh man.
Even with advantage, I got 6.
All right. Rowan, what was your initiative?
Believe it was. It was 15, then you had the +3 initiative.
Okay, so 18.
I'm still learning the UI here.
No worries. And then Elanthal?
17.
Thank you. And then for everyone else, Dizzy, I have 4. Rengar, I have 6. Devin, I have 15. Uravir, I have 18. Jerkesh, I have 4.
6
6.
advantage. Yeah. 2 rolls.
Yep, it's just what came in through that. Excellent. Well, that was its surprise attack. Now, it can go again. So I think seeing the scooter back, it's going to look, and it's going to go ahead and try to take another attack right here against Devin again.
With my dagger, we shouldn't be able to be surprised, I don't think.
Is that for the whole party or is that you?
Yeah, for the whole party. Within 30 feet.
Then 30 feet here. In that case, thank you. Rowan, go ahead and go then.
That's it.
Alrighty.
You got first initiative anyway.
I'm right.
I should bring that up beforehand.
Can I move over to Devin?
Sure. All right, so Rowan's going to go ahead and move over to Devin.
And then if I can, I want to draw my rapier and make an attack.
He's right here.
Yep, okay. All right, so yeah, it gets in right.
One's the one that we don't have.
Okay. Yep.
Just clear figures right now.
Perfect. So Rowan's a clear figure for you now. So we got the artwork a little late. So Rowan, put in melee with the piece of cake. And make your attack.
That is a. Where's my? Pardon me.
It's okay. This is what we're here for.
So I go to use the rapier. It's a. I'm still a little lost here.
All right. Are you trying to use D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
All right. So if you go to your actions, you should be able to see your rapier, and there's a modifier. Next to that, you should be able to hit, it should say +5 or +6 or something along those lines. If you hit that, it should, if you click on that, that should roll your dice for you.
Oh, there it is. Cool.
17.
So 17 to hit.
17, you take your rapier, you're able to stab directly into this piece of cake. Go ahead and
Roll
make
for damage.
your damage, which should be next to.
Hey.
your mouse there. Full rapier damage. So whoosh, you stick that in very well, and you come
Take
out.
apart.
You come out and you think like, did this thing bleed? And you realize that it's strawberry filling. You're like, oh, and you gets in, and it's a little sticky now. Your blade, but in fact,
Can we
it's
ask
there.
Dizzy to taste it?
All right. That's fantastic. Let's see here. And Rowan, you were able to describe your character, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. And then, is that your turn?
Yes, for the most part.
Alright.
I guess I'll just stand ready.
All right. The next, Uravir, it is your turn. Why don't you describe your character and what they're going to do here? All right. Are you on mute there, Uravir?
Oh yeah, seems to be.
As the battle starts, looks awesome. He dons back his sorcerer's hood to reveal just silver pupilless eyes, and he kind of just tosses the shroud altogether, and he grabs his mace, and I'd like to go over to the piece of cake.
Absolutely. So if Uravir move towards the cake, might be able to flank it, I think. Yeah, so you get behind the cake.
And I roll I'll hit it with my mace.
Yeah, so if you right-click on the modifier, you can hit advantage if you so desire. And then roll with advantage. Because you are flanking.
And then roll. So that's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. What is it? Four points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'll just bring it right down and try not to get a splash some on Devin and Rowan as I hit it.
Okay, so it has taken, the cake has taken bludgeoning damage, which means I need everyone within 5 feet to make a DC dexterity save. Yes, that's going to be Rowan and Uravir, I think. I see a 4 on Uravir. And a 21 on Rowan. All right. So, Rowan, you're able to move entirely and no frosting or crumbs get on you. Uravir, when you mace hitting it, smashes it good. You almost think that you splatter it, but it's flattened, still moving as some of the filling here comes back at you. And as it does, there's almost this point where as it contacts your skin, there's a slight explosion. And you're going to take 2 force damage.
It's an explosion.
Careful with the frosting, it hurts.
Yeah, I just see like part of your left cheek here is just blown, and there's like just red blood oozing out, mixed with strawberry filling. And with that, Ilanthel.
I will move just on the other side where there's an opening by the table by this creature.
All right, Ilanthel moves over to the open table. Why don't you describe Ilanthel?
So Elenthel is dressed unlike anybody else in the room. He is very much a barbarian, and he wears simple clothing, loincloth, very minimal. His body is covered with tattoos. He has long green hair pulled back into a ponytail, and he wields two curved blades. And as he gets close, he is going to rage. And I will attack. And do I have advantage?
Are they flanking? No, I don't believe you do. Is he?
Okay.
He is not.
No, you're not flanking.
I have a 12.
Because one of them.
A 12 will just hit the cake.
Okay. Second attack misses. So it'll take 7 and 8, 9 since I'm raging, so 9 damage.
Okay. With that, take your longsword, bringing it down hard on this pastry, and it is sliced clean in half, and it kind of deflates a little bit. See the eyes here roll off. And seems like you have ended whatever life this confectionery had.
Ellen fell because he's just curious. He does reach down and kind of taste the cake.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Make a perception check.
That's a 19.
19. You take a piece in the combination. There seems to be some type of interesting kind of heat in here. Like they use some type of hot pepper mixed in with some chocolate, and it gave it it's really good. And then, but there's this weird sour taste that then starts to overpower like an aftertaste. Like something is definitively like not right about the way this tastes.
Okay.
Guys, what was that?
During the battle, I guess I was trying to get into the crate of sugar we brought.
Okay. We'll say after the battle you're able to do that. And as a note, what I'm going to do is for when we get to our next encounter, we're going to carry on initiative where we left off, just so we make sure that we can, the way this particular thing is designed, that everyone can make sure we have time to do something.
Did this cake leave any markings or like a trail of where it was coming from?
Well, let's see here. First, let's go ahead to the investigation of the sugar crate.
The one I'm carrying?
That's what you wanted to do, right?
Yes.
Right. So while they went over and like group stomped on the cake, which Rengar has never seen cake before, much less anything else in the shop. And so he's kind of looking at all these confectionaries holding this crate, and he's suddenly very weary of everything in this shop, as if any of it could come alive at any moment to attack them. And so he's sort of backed away a little bit from all of the tables that have things on them still with this crate. And now that he thinks about it, he isn't quite sure of what's in the crate anymore, and if he still wants to be holding it.
Absolutely. So this crate is nailed, so you're going to need something to do that. Do you have a crowbar or anything of the like? Thieves' tools have crowbars.
I have a... Well, I have a quarterstaff.
All right.
Did you want to borrow a crowbar by chance?
Sure. I will borrow a
Can
crowbar.
lend you a crowbar.
All right. So, so Fringar, you open it. You could just go ahead and give me a strength check.
Who's opening it?
Whoever wants to open it.
I think I was opening it.
Dizzy. Okay.
So, well, I'll give a quick description of Rengar real quick.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, please.
So Rengar is the typical size of a Goliath. He's a little over 7.5 feet tall. But like Goliaths, he does no hair, no eyebrows, no body hair. Large frame, and his skin. He's an albino. His skin is this kind of marble white color, and his eyes are pink. And if any of you have seen a Goliath before, one of their common traits is that they have some type of marking, some type of tattoo that is unique to them, but Rengar is a blank slate. He doesn't have any tattoos or markings, which in Goliath culture is very odd, because they believe that your tattoos or the markings that you're born with kind of have something to do with your fate. And so for Rengar to not have any was very interesting. He wears the kind of ochre and maroon robes of a monk. But the thing that might be most distinguishable about him is that from just above the elbow on his left arm, it's missing. And he has wrappings that are kind of a maroon color. Some are around his right hand, and the others are around the amputated part of his arm. And he's standing there a bit concerned, holding this crate, which, if Dizzy is 5 feet, it might be like just above her head height where he's holding this crate. And so she's coming up with this crowbar. And did you need something?
Yeah, I wanted to get into the crate.
All right. And I'll slowly set it down on the ground.
All right. Yeah, because I just watched all these people attack a piece of cake. I don't know whose side I'm on anymore. So I'm going to try to open this thing up. That's
All right.
a 2.
A 2.
I promise I'm a hero.
Crowbar, I swear to God.
I'm an adventurer.
Yeah. So you take this crowbar, and there's just this moment where, as you go to use it, you actually kind of hit your own hoof. And kind of, you go, and it just kind of rings the nerves up the leg into the thigh. And you drop the crowbar. It goes to the floor. Ding, 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 ding. As it does, there's a shifting of noise beyond the door.
Which door?
The metal door that you have not yet explored.
I'll start
like-
making my way over towards it. Does it appear to have a lock set or anything? A latch?
Yeah, so this metal door has a keyhole set into it. It seems, you can look, it seems like the deadbolt mechanism here is fairly thick.
I kind of go over towards Rowan. We're not very good with locks at the moment. Are we forcing our way in there, or what do you think?
Oh, we got a
You-
crowbar somewhere. We can try and pry it open.
Okay.
I pick
Leave
it
the
up and I try to
crowbar out
dust
of
it
this.
off.
Are we able?
I'm gonna
Is it a
take
path
that
or
one
is there,
back
like-
now. Thanks.
On the door.
I'm sorry, what?
Is it padlock or is there like a keyhole?
It's a keyhole.
Are,
Any light coming
Look.
underneath the cracks?
There's no light, no.
All right. As I take my crowbar off of Dizzy, I am going to go look for a key, perhaps near the front counter. But maybe there's a key rack. I don't know.
So go ahead and make investigation check. Trying to find a key here.
That's a nice 6.
You look, and there doesn't seem to like you check under a cash box where they keep some things, kind of an old brass register. You look, and you're not finding anything that seems to be any type of key. Save, you seem to find one that looks like it would lock the front door, as though someone was locking up or unlock it, but it is entirely the style from your experience is obviously that front door, not a large lock like this. It's too thin. This needs a heavier key that you're not finding.
But I did find a cash box.
You did. It has been emptied for the day as you look at it. Emptied from the previous day.
Damn
So-
shame.
Find anything,
Coin box,
Jukesh?
I guess.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, is it find anything?
Pardon me. I did not find anything other than a key that looks like it's for the front door, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, we'll have to try somewhere else, I suppose. Or something else.
So, sort of noticing Rengar's discomfort of this situation with the cakes, Devin will turn to him and say, "Hey, normally you eat the cake doesn't try and eat you. So it's not normal for cake to try and eat you. It's a
Do
baked
you
good.
normally kill the cake first?
It doesn't normally do that. Normally you go to the counter, somebody gets you a piece of it, you take a fork, some people use their hands, and you just eat the cake. It's a baked good, it's food. It's not supposed to do that. So clearly we weren't told everything about whatever it is we're here to find. Devin will move to the door and he will try picking the lock.
Okay. Urivir. With your passive perception of 19, you hear heavy armored footsteps approaching from the outside of the shop. Maybe 50 feet away.
Guys, you hear that?
No, what's
Bro,
up? Yeah?
We might have company.
Oh, let's go say hi.
Should we lock the door?
I can do that.
Explain.
I did find the key, right?
Yeah, so you can lock the door.
The front door. All
Unlock
right.
the front
So
door.
I'm gonna go and do that as
Okay.
quickly as possible.
As a reminder, there's a large glass show window in here. So if you wish to hide, you might want to make some effort to do so. It is dark. So.
I will do my best to sort of stick to the shadows, I guess. Moving as quickly as possible. But we're going to need to lock that door.
I look around and I pick the crate back up and I go back behind one of the stands and I just hold the crate in front of the top half of me as best I can. like a like a lamp stand or something in the back, away from the window.
I hide behind Rengar.
All right.
Can I see how far away the guard is, or whoever this is? Sorry, I just presumed
Well, it's up to you.
guard.
So I'd say it's gonna be a little less. It's gonna be a little. You're gonna be. It's gonna be harder to hide if you want to maintain vision. But it's up to you.
I should still have eyes on the front door, given that I'm close.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of stay up there, sure. So everyone, go ahead and make another stealth check with advantage, because you're in a very dark space.
I was at the front counter
Yeah.
last we checked. So.
Natural 20.
Nice.
6.
I got a 19.
This box is apparently working for the two of us. I got a 22.
All right.
12.
So 12. Okay. All right. I'll say Dizzy, with your natural 20, what do you do so that Ilanthau and Yurvir don't blow everything?
Okay, how far are they away from me?
I would say as everyone dove, they're probably within 10 feet.
Okay, I will. I grab cakes and throw it at them.
Kind of pile cakes over them. Absolutely. So just to kind of make it look like maybe it's just messy. Absolutely.
I instinctively flinch and just because the icing
Wait to
just
see if the cake
hurt
moves.
me.
Yeah.
Well, it just hurt me, so I'm like,
A little bit of trauma. Absolutely. Then Darkesh, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage, because it's there's more light outside than inside, so you have a more illuminated
Perception check, was it?
perception. Yeah.
That'll be 17 with advantage.
Okay. See, there are two guards come here. One is carrying a rifle. The other sword and shield. Both emblazoned with the tree symbol, the sun tree itself, the symbol of Whitestone. Gold, and the armor isn't necessarily expensive. It is kind of been run down, but very well maintained. Though old. The one with the rifle doesn't have a helmet, so you can see their features. You can't see the features of the one that has the shield with helmet. But this looks like what you assume to be half elf with the slightly pointed ears, young man, at least with male features, blonde hair, and they both kind of looking in, peer a little bit. Eyes kind of move across.
I'm holding my breath. I don't even know it, but I'm holding my breath.
The one with the rifle. Would I know if he's part of the rifle corps? Like, is uniform?
If he has a rifle,
noteworthy?
chances are he is.
All right. Hey, Devin, your buddy's here.
You might not want to yell that. Do you yell that?
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of steps back from the door immediately. There's someone in there.
Devin stands up and glares, and then starts walking towards the door.
Am I able to search around, see if I can find like some parchment or paper and a pen?
I've got parchment and a pen.
Would I be able to get that from him real quick?
Sure, I think so.
I'd like to take, I guess, a minute to cast Illusory Script.
It's going to take a minute.
I think it's a prep of a minute, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of time here. This is going to happen while this... So at this point, the rifle has been leveraged. leveled at through the window, and now, like, kind of knowing there are people in here, you can see this gentleman is beginning to pick out some of the outlines with this severe knowledge that someone's indeed in there. And of course, with Devin walking forward.
So I'll approach with my hands up.
Okay. Devin, what in the hell's?
So Lady Vexalia and Pike wanted us to check out this new lock that they had installed. Somebody's trying to get their recipe, and they wanted us to try and do a mock break-in. You know, sometimes they get these ideas. And so we're just
Not
here
that
to
it's any of your
see how
business.
easy it is to get in this lock.
Make a deception check. What'd you get?
7, sorry.
Sorry. 7. Why don't you open up and let us see all the work you've done?
So
Can I jump over the counter and just sort of it's official Whitestone business? I don't know. Try to convince him that he's
Okay. With your backstory and
Not
background,
involved,
I'm going to. This is plausible. It is a higher DC because of the fail. So go ahead and make a deception check.
that is a 26.
That'll do it. The DC was 20. Good job. Right. We'll report this. You're not doing a good job. Some old woman says she ran into all of you. That's why we're even back here in the first place.
yeah,
It's okay, we'll deal with her later.
Do you know how old she was?
They just kind of roll their eyes and like.
Devin just looked at the guys outside and like, I work with what I get.
Talk to you, Devin. We're letting them know.
Yeah,
And
of course. Yeah, that's fine.
They continue on, leaving you alone in the bakery.
Nice save.
So, problem still stands. How do we want to go into this metal? Oh, Devin was about to try his lockpicking.
Devin will head back to the door. And
Oh.
we'll attempt to pick the lock.
I'll lock the front door now and join everyone else at the back.
Is the metal door in the floor?
I
No,
thought
it's
it was in the wall.
It's in the wall.
Okay.
Can I try to listen at the door?
Sure, make a perception check.
So I made the roll. It's a 19.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Perfect. Here. As you hit the wall, you hear like what seems like the last bit of movement, and it seems to be echoing up from something, and you recognize it as things that are attempting to hide.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the group and say, whatever's in there, it's trying to hide.
Was it Rowan wanted to do a lockpick check here?
No, I was trying to cast illusory script.
Okay.
I was gonna use it to write on parchment paper overnight cake extermination, signed Pike and Vexalia, and then just kind of prop it up against the window.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I think this is deception.
Roll deception.
Mhm.
There we go. Hey,
Ooh,
Nice.
24.
24. Okay. This looks extremely official. Puts it up there. All right. Was someone going to pick the lock?
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Okay, thank you.
That's the group name, the Cake Exterminators. If you have a problem with cakes, we can solve it.
For a fee.
So, go ahead. And you begin. Now, this lock is actually quite secure. Surprising for a bakery. Though, you knowing who really owns this bakery, maybe not so much. You're less surprised than someone else would be. As you move it in this bolt, you actually, to turn this last bit, you get that whoever would have to have this key, even with a full key, would have to turn it with some amount of force. Whatever key here would have to be made to withstand a lot of pressure, and you're able to manipulate the tools and the crowbar to make such a turn. And with a not a quiet bang, the bolt moves. So it releases, and the door creaks open. See, it's a good 3-inch bolt that was used to secure this.
Ooh.
So I want to sort of grip my dagger at this point and see if it starts doing whatever it does to make a warning of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine it'd be like a vibration or something like that,
Right.
or is it sort of like a unconscious thing?
As the door opens, you feel at first it feels like heat, but you realize it's like an intense cold. As it lets you know that something that probably is not over-welcoming is past this door. As
What's
those of you can
the
see,
light
again,
level?
it's all great here, but you see a set of stairs that kind of turn a corner, like a right corner. It's not like a circle. It's down and then a landing, and then a right corner down to another level of the bakery.
How many stories does a bakery normally have? I whispered to Devin right behind him.
Well, this bakery is owned by several members of Vox Machina, so is a bakery ever just a bakery? You all do know that, right?
We're breaking in.
Where we are?
We're so fucked.
What's Vox Machina?
That's why I signed up for this.
You don't know who Vox Machina is? You never heard their legends?
No.
Two of them are rulers of Whitestone at the moment.
Oh.
And
They're not
we're-
important. Don't even worry about them.
We're in their bakery.
What's Whitestone?
Whitestone you're in.
Is that who owns this?
It's owned by Pike and Vexalia and Keyleth of Vox Machina.
Famous bakers.
Oh.
They are actually.
Yeah,
among
I've heard
other
of them.
things.
I heard their
You're-
cakes are to
you're
die
out.
for.
They are the saviors of Whitestone. Saved it from the Briarwoods.
I look at Rengar. Do you know what they're talking about?
No. I've heard of the Briarwoods, but I've never been here before.
I thought they were fake.
Which part?
I thought they were tall tales.
The
My mom used to tell me
Briarwoods
about it.
or-
The Vox Machina.
Oh.
I thought they were just stories.
Definitely you're not.
Oh.
Devin will start making his way down the stairs.
I follow right behind them.
Yeah, could I also sort of make my way down in a stealthy manner?
And Ringar's in the back, just slowly lumbering behind, trying to be quiet.
What's
I'm
the
on
light
big guy.
level in here?
What's what?
The light level. Like,
So it is still
Dark.
completely dark down here.
can I while we're walking down, can I cast dancing lights
Sure.
just to give us some light?
That is much better. Thank you.
So that should. So does it give us roughly 40 feet of vision for a minute?
Okay. Come, you enter into this area as your lights go out amongst the area here, and a few things happen at once. You see two cones of ice cream moving around, eyes and arms
Delicious.
moving around, and as your lights fill the room, there's this energy that's a reaction. The lights themselves glow with this blue electricity, and it arcs between them. They kind of like start to kind of move, and one starts to grow, and you see like the muscles on its tiny arms get a little bit thicker. The other one, like, almost looks like it's about to throw up, holds it in, and then there's this burst of energy that goes through the room and rockets up the stairs. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, or constitution saving throw, please.
Is this against magic or a spell?
Why?
This is
Why
this
get
is
a D
magic.
Okay.
Uh,
12.
Dirty 20.
17 for Devin.
19 for earlier.
15.
8.
that's a 2.
All right, so 8 and 2, you will both take 2 force damage from this, as again, like the first layer of your skin that's exposed just gets blown away. The rest of you will take 1.
Alright,
So
so
your eardrums pop and they begin to bleed from.
dancing
happens
lights
here?
requires concentration as well, so I imagine I would stop casting that.
Will you
Like
do
it
your
just
Constitution
pushed away.
saving throw? Unless you particularly want to just put it down.
Oh, look, it makes sense that it just gets put
Okay.
down. Given my roll of a 2.
You have it. And at this point, we're going to restart our
Drows
initiative.
don't like light, do they? Not too much.
Oh,
We're going to restart onto the second level of the bakery here.
now I cannot see.
They,
Me either, big guy.
Me either.
And it's our turn. Yes.
all right. So those of you, if you do not have dark vision, you would be at disadvantage.
Can I cast a cantrip before we go into initiative?
Okay.
I'll cast light.
I was waiting for it to be like fireball,
No,
firebolt.
I'll cast light.
I figured it
And-
was something like this, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius of light that lasts for an hour.
Okay. All right, so now all of you can see fairly well in this space. So let's go to the bakery's second level.
Okay.
All right. So you can see this is where most of the work is done. And with light, you do see that in the corner there is a padlocked metal like trapdoor of this space, betraying maybe a third area beneath.
Oh.
But
Alright.
Is it back here closest to the camera? That little.
yeah,
Okay.
it's that little area there. All right, and all of you have come down. And so the first things is, let's see here. Yes, first would be chocolate ice cream will go, and they are going to go ahead and move to actually around this side there, up to the monk basically. Oh, the stairs. Okay, yeah, they're going to go front line then. Okay, so first one goes up to Davin. All right, let's go ahead, and that will only be a 10 to hit, which will not hit. See if I get its temp HP in there. All right, but it will stay. And then Vanilla will go up and go ahead and flank with chocolate.
Oh.
And that will be a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. That will be 4 piercing as it bites into you. So it actually grows some teeth, like waffle cone teeth going in here, but it's sharp. And it pierces into your leg, and there's like again this like explosion of the sweetness mixing with your blood, like taking out almost down to your bone as you take a 3 additional force damage.
Okay.
Now with
My
that,
guy needs some insulin ASAP.
I think I'm right that Elantho, you went last combat, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is Devin's turn.
Cool. I'll take out my longsword and I'll attack Vanilla since it's done damage to me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it two-handed.
Absolutely.
It's a 9.
So Vanilla kind of sways and actually does like a flip around the sword, kind of coating it with some of its ice cream, and it kind of sizzles a little bit on the blade, and then lands and kind of growls.
What
Anything
was
else?
delivered here? That's my turn.
All right, Drakesh.
I think. Can I move behind the vanilla ice cream? Is that
Yeah, Drakesh wants
give
to
me an
move behind
opportunity
Vanilla.
for a? Does that give me an opportunity to do a sneak attack or?
So you get advantage, and you will get sneak attack as well. Yeah, because you're flanking.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to just attack with my... I have the dagger equipped at the moment, so I'm going to have to attack with that. And in the other hand is generally a crossbow, but I don't know if I can use that in, like, 2-weapon fighting, a hand crossbow.
I think that's more crossbow expert that allows you to do that. So I think it's 2-weapon fighting. I think it's specifically melee. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That's cool. Well,
So go make your attack roll with your dagger with advantage.
yeah. That's cool. So, attack with dagger with advantage. That. is a 12.
12 hits.
12 hits. Just roll for damage now, yeah?
Yeah, you damage and your sneak attack damage.
Yeah, cool. So that is a 5 from the dagger and a extra 4 from sneak attack.
Excellent. All right. So you take your dagger hard, and while the vanilla was dodging, you're able to kind of hit it at the top of the cone and take a big piece out. So now it's melting out profusely, having a real hard time getting its form. I mean, it is bad. It seems that the cone is part of whatever this creature is, almost like an outer shell or carapace. But it is still alive. Anything else in your turn?
I never liked ice cream. Can I try and move back a little bit now towards the back of the wall, maybe?
So if you leave its melee, so you can bonus action disengage. No, you can't. I'm sorry, you're level 1 rogue.
Yeah.
If you move outside of its range, it can get an opportunity attack on you.
All right.
But it's up to you. Do you still want to move?
Then.
Okay.
No, I won't move, but I will pull out my rapier in my other hand.
Okay, yeah.
So now I've got 2 weapons that I can use. And that's it.
All right. And then Rengar, it is your turn.
Just curious, what's the clearance of the ceiling in this place? Because I'm like 2 steps up, coming down the stairs. Is there enough room for a 7'6" guy to get down there?
There's enough room to get down there. This is about 10-foot ceiling, maybe 11. So you're definitely taking up a lot of space, but you can get in.
Okay, and I'm still carrying this box. I kind of try and get off the stairs, still holding onto this box.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just step down onto that space.
Okay, you step off the stairs, absolutely.
Yeah, and then I look back at Dizzy. How distressed are you that we're fighting desserts again?
It's the worst thing ever. My allegiances are conflicted.
I look back. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'll run forward towards the chocolate one, and I want to try and punt it away. And this is just flavoring for a shove attack to get it 5 feet away.
Absolutely.
That's the other question. How big are these ice cream cones? Like...
Tiny.
Oh, okay.
They're tiny ice cream cones.
So yeah, I want to run up and just try and punt it. like a little ice cream football.
Yeah, I made them big so you could see their amazing eyes.
Yeah.
But go ahead and make your athletics check.
It's an 11.
An 11. They rolled higher than that, so chocolate kind of braces itself, kind of moosing down to the somewhat dirt floor here. And it's like you stubs your toe on it is more what just happens here as it rolls around and just twists.
Then I guess I'll bonus action just try and step on it.
Yes, go for it.
Oh goodness, that's a 12.
12 hits.
Oh, woo.
Hey.
All right.
Ice creams don't have a lot of armor.
And that's 4 bludgeoning.
Okay. It has received bludgeoning damage. So that is going to be Devin and Rengar. I need dex saves against ice cream flying up at you.
Okay.
Just kind of squishes and comes up.
That's a 19.
11 for
saves.
Devin.
11 will save as well. And so...
And then to finish my movement, I want to flank with Devin.
Okay. As a finishing, I'm going to flank with Devin. And...
So now we got like a game of checkers going on. with...
Absolutely. And then Dizzy, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm assuming Entangle would hurt people that are in between this ice cream, right?
Is it like a 10-foot or
It's a 20-foot.
20-foot? Does it say you can choose?
I don't think so. I'll
we,
recheck
would
it
have
to
to
be sure.
we'd have to make the save as well, but it doesn't do damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So without that, what I'll try to do is I'm going to try. Let me ask you one more question. Does jumping count as an action, or is that movement?
Movement.
Okay. What I'm going to try to do, Matt, is my character is going to try to run and jump on top of the fireplace seal there, the little mantle, for their movement. Now I have 35 movement, but I can also add a D8 with Mirthful Leap.
For your feet? That you can
Mhm.
jump. And what's your strength score?
My strength score is it's a 10, so it's a +0. As for acrobatics, I think I have a +1 for Dex.
Yeah, I'll say for your movement, I'll go ahead. You could definitely jump on top of the fireplace.
Okay. And with that done, I'm going to try to use, for my action, Thorn Whip on Chocolate and try to pull him closer to the fireplace.
Yeah.
'Cause I think you know what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
All right.
He's your first time to hang him.
Let's see if this works. Okay, that's a 19. And so the damage on that is going to be 3. And he should be able to move at least 10 feet closer to me, which probably won't get him in the fireplace, but it'll get him close.
All right, so Chocolate goes 10 more feet towards Dizzy.
And removes their advantage for attacking.
So Chocolate goes 10 feet towards Dizzy. Absolutely. That does move it within 5 feet. So it's going to take 1 fire damage from that.
Does it get a attack of opportunity by?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It has to use. No.
So the fireplace is lit?
There is enough. There's heat in it. It's like a little bit of fire in there. Like
Okay,
it was
okay.
coals
in
and
there.
stuff from baking. Like it never goes fully out here. Always have something going on there.
And that's my turn.
All right. All right. Then it is Chocolate's turn, and Thornwood then just goes away after that, right? I do have that correct. Okay. Oh, man. That's really interesting. Yeah, it's gonna basically go back towards Rengar. Yeah. Yep. It goes on the side of basically it's going to put Rengar between them and Dizzy. Yep. And we'll make an attack. Only a 9 to hit. So that will miss as it goes to bite again. Unable to do so.
I just lift my foot out of the way.
You're like, no! It's kind of nipping, like, no. It's quite terrifying as this thing moves in. This little hop, it's like, going across the floor. Vanilla's going to kind of jump up and try to get an inner thigh of Devin here. If it can. For 21 to hit.
Holding a gun.
That hits.
That is going to be 6 piercing. And let me double check something here.
After 6, I'm down, just so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I potentially can take more, but
I'm not. So to be honest, I think this would have been an instant kill, but we're not doing it. Just
Yeah,
not-
I was
not-
gonna say it should.
but
Okay.
we're not doing it. Yeah.
That's-
So you are unconscious. Actually, for this, just because it was going to do a lot more damage on top. Let's do a failed death to start out.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, if I go, how many people have gone by ice cream? I mean,
Because I wasn't going. Level 1's hard, guys.
yeah.
That Rowan, it is your turn.
May I? Oh damn! All right. I will. I thought I saw that chocolate had a gun, but I wasn't sure.
I was questioning it. I was like, is it been holding back this whole time? Like it could have just as soon as we came down the stairs. And...
Oh boy. I'll move in to attack Vanilla.
All right, Rowan
hopefully-
moves into attack Vanilla.
Try to take some of the attention.
Absolutely.
And
All right, how are you attacking?
I'd like to attack with my rapier.
All right, for it.
1924 to hit,
24 hits.
and then for points of damage.
How much damage?
How much was that?
10.
10. All right. How do you kill the vanilla ice cream cone?
Well, first I take a swipe and kind of try to separate cone from ice cream,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of start stomping the heck out of the sugar waffle cone.
And the pieces go everywhere.
Just make sure
It
nothing is
seems-
like intact.
To be lifeless. Anything else?
Rakesh just sort of looks at him. Like,
I very
what?
very badly look back and say, "You need to chill out."
All right, and then it's going to be Urvir.
I come over to Devin and kneel down next to him,
Okay. Urvir goes down to Devin.
and I cast Spare the Dying as an action to stabilize him,
Okay.
and just tell him you're not gone here. And then as a bonus action, I'll do Healing Word.
Are you going to do that on Devin?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to do both of those.
Okay.
You can just do Healing Word, and that will do everything you're trying to do.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do as a bonus action the Healing Word on Devin. And he heals for 10 hit points.
That's
cool.
juicy.
Nice.
What's the math on that?
3 plus 7?
Life clerics.
Life Cleric, thank you.
Oh, Life Cleric, yeah.
Sorry. I'm with you now.
Like, how did you do that at level 1?
Oh, that's right.
I'm good now. Fantastic. All right.
And I kind of just step.
You can use your action to attack if you want to go after something.
Yeah, I'll come up and try to hit the chocolate with my mace.
Absolutely. Come up, try to mace the chocolate after healing it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's with my mace. With a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Crushing it.
I just real quick, it's up to you, but you could flank that chocolate and get advantage. I think if you have enough movement and try and get a nat 20.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just hit him for 11 hit points.
Cool.
You're good. Okay.
Nice.
11. Oof. Yeah. Roll again. See if you nat 20.
Okay.
Imagine.
7. No.
So no. Perfect. Okay. Very cool. All right. So you take this mace. You hit this thing. You don't fully crush it, but I would say about 30% of it just blasts between the two of you. That would be yourself and Rengar here, and it is messed up. It's kind of weird. It's like flowing around the cone, trying to pick up pieces, trying to piece itself back together, but you ruined its day here. So, I will need you and Rengar to do dex saves for the bludgeoning damage.
It's poor ice cream.
9 total.
6.
Okay. In that case, that will be 6 force damage to the both of you.
Oh
As it
shit!
explodes.
Oh.
So that was Max. That hurt my heart.
Oh.
With that, Ellen Thaler, is your turn.
So I'd run straight towards the chocolate and unload.
Absolutely. That runs towards chocolate.
24 to hit,
That hits.
and I do 9 points of damage.
Okay. With what weapon?
Longsword.
Longsword. Absolutely. Like in the upstairs, you just you take your sword deep into the ground. Actually, how do you want to end the reign of terror the chocolate has caused?
Basically, I cleft it in two. I just right down the center, split it in 2 pieces.
All right. Split into 2 pieces. And the pieces and the animate confectionery in this area seems to be at an end.
Yeah, with 6 force damage, I just imagine like a piece of the shell came off and hit me right in the shin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's this part where it like goes in, and yeah, I would say that much force damage. There's bone showing, like it's like that is. Yeah, here's ankle bone. This stuff is nasty. What it was able to level at you. So
Did that ice cream shoot me?
it's really what it did. It was like, darn it.
Oh.
Okay. So, you are now here, and I think about this time, let's see. Yeah, actually, about this time we were going to take our break. We will come back. So I'll set our time here to come back at 10:18 EST. And we will continue the bakery expedition there.
man, I'm not used to playing a Goliath. I forgot I have Stone's Endurance.
Oh!
I'll save it for later, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot I had what is it? Was it silvery barbs? No. Yeah. As a reaction.
Oh.
I was like, no, Devin. I was like, ah.
First level. We're still learning it.
I bet.
Hello.
So, Chocolate took it easy on us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Chocolate took it pretty easy on us. Pretty great way to start an adventure.
That'll teach you it's not okay to be chocolate in a bakery store.
I can't wait for a bard to sing about that one.
Somewhere out there in Whitestone, ice creams eat people.
So, if you stabilize somebody that's down, they no longer have to do any saving throws?
Correct.
Okay.
Unless the thing is, if they're stabilized, they can't get up though. So if they're attacked, they'll lose 2 saving throws. So
Oh wow.
Oh, so they're still in danger at that point.
yeah. So but if you like heal them, then they can get back up.
Okay.
So in other words, if you use like a medicine check to stabilize somebody, they'll be stable, so they don't have to do the checks, but they can still be attacked.
Gotcha.
I almost brought healing word too.
I have it as a backup.
Okay.
I didn't think I would need it too much with a life cleric, but I'm like, you know what? They're going to need some help on occasion, and this is going to get crazy. So
Level 1 is hard.
I've been a life cleric at level 1 before. I remember it was. And by the way, you tell us if you ever need to rest.
Okay.
We will listen to you. You are our cleric.
So, all right. I love it. All doing very good. I'm proud. All right, let's see here. Everybody here? Yeah, cool. So, sitting here, kind of taking just a little bit of a breath. These 2 desserts that have met, these 2 deceased desserts that are now down. You all recall the process of getting this particular job. You were called to the office of one Triana Burrowcroft.
Triana, what? I'm sorry?
Triana Burrowcroft. I am going to go ahead and paste her name for y'all. I'll put it in the general chat here. There you go. When you went to meet her in a kind of office in a warehouse here in Whitestone, she was wearing kind of fine but simple clothes, gray-toned pantsuit specifically, with a tight sports jacket under which she had a tie-up lace white shirt with a pink infinity scarf. And on her jacket were nice copper buttons. When you entered her office, it was simply a standing table. Desk. That's no drawers, no chairs. She was writing, standing up on this, taking notes. I would say specifically, you noticed that it seemed that the book she had held like a single page, and then she would write in it, and as she turned the page, it would vanish and a new page would appear, and she began writing again. she looked about as one by one all of you arrived. Said, "Oh, excellent. I am so glad all of you are here. I am Chiana. I'm glad you have answered my call for help. There's certainly no shortage of heroes here in Whitestone, and I'm definitely glad, even though my request is a little delicate. But first, let me just make sure we share all of our names. I am Chiana, and all of you are?
Dizzy. Hi. How are you?
Dizzy. Okay, Dizzy, yes. Bean's writing this down.
How are you?
Very, very good. And one by one of you reveal your names. She continued and she closes her book. Goes, we've had some shipping mistakes as of late. You see, I import many types of goods from all over Tal'Dorei, actually. And Greater Exandria at times. And mostly, I sell them to the stores here, wholesale, you see, so that they can even rent Whitestone and everything works out. And quite simply, my assistant manager has gotten rather sloppy and disorganized and has messed up some orders a lot. In particular, we have failed to deliver correct orders to the Slayer's Cake multiple times and ultimately have received an ultimatum about losing their account entirely should another mistake happen. So, mixed in with our shipments of sugar to them was a crate of crushed sapphire. Now, normally, simply we would let them know and we would make the exchange. But quite simply, it's our highest profit account. And I can't afford to lose it, and if you lose the Slayer's Cake, you're going to lose a lot of business. So since we still have the clients, I assume they haven't discovered the problem yet. So, I just need you to make your way in there tonight. Retrieve my crate of sapphires, bring them here, and as she motions to the corner where there's a large crate, you can simply replace it with what they ordered, the sugar. Now, once you have the sapphires, you can just come here. Tonight I'll have this mostly unlocked, and she gestures, and there's this chest in the corner that she kind of moves. It looks rather plain. Just return them in there. It'll lock automatically, and I can retrieve them tomorrow. And for this, I will pay each of you 50 gold. 25 right now. The other 25, just come in tomorrow when during normal business hours, and I will be glad to give you it once I confirm that my sapphires have been returned. In this moment, is there any questions or anything you wanted to talk to her about?
So I'd like to do an insight check. See if there's more to her story. Like, is it really sapphires? Why is this sort of like a shady situation?
Mm-hmm. Make your roll.
18.
The sense you get is that the truth to her tale seems fair enough. You think that the whole story of the account issue is correct. But there weren't sapphires in that were misshipped. You're very certain of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not sure why she's being coy about it, but like I said, her story as far as many mistakes and she'll lose the account if she even says there was a mistake, that actually seems correct and truthful.
So with my background, is there like have we been watching her? Is there a
No. I would say there's been no nothing on her or suspicion.
Okay.
Never really heard anything of her other than you know her as an importer, and kind of like a lot of what she says kind of checks out this place. Actually, sorry, you know the place. You haven't heard too much of her name or anything like that, but you do know that like this place in general and around here, there's a lot of importers, so it doesn't make
Okay.
too much sense, and you wouldn't necessarily be privy to everybody.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't know everybody. Right. Okay. I'll keep the information to myself for now, and I'll note that for later.
I just lean over to Rowan. See, I told you it's a simple switch. It's the easiest money we're gonna make.
Kind of weird. It's in the middle of the night, though, isn't it?
They don't want to lose the account, man. It's easy.
I mean, I had a bad feeling about this, but I hope you're right.
I have some questions.
Oh, of course.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
Huh. That's a very good question. I think I would, I would make it so I didn't have to sleep. Then I could get more done.
Are you
Sleeping
religious?
Am I religious?
Mhm.
Not in particular. Though, I mean, of course the gods exist. But they've not done much for me. And I don't do much for them.
Are you close to your parents?
Close enough.
Closer to one than the other?
In a manner of speaking, there's only ones on this side of eternity.
Oh.
Other one could be in all the hell, so all I know.
Have you ever been in a
Anyway, so do any of you
long-term
others have any
relationship?
questions?
How important is it that you receive these sapphires?
Well, obviously, there are other accounts that need them. So it's fairly important. I don't want to lose one account to save another. That's not great business. I am paying you, so I keep both accounts.
I have a question.
Oh, yes. By the way, I'm very honored that you answered my call. I knew you were here and don't know many people, and I'm glad that you were able to come by someone trustworthy. So, yes, what is your question?
How many sapphires are there so we know we didn't miss any?
Well, it's actually crushed sapphire. So the whole box would be filled, and it'll be filled.
Oh. Okay.
So, you want us to open it and make sure that all the dust is there, or the dust is there, right?
No need.
Oh,
Again, if it wasn't, if they've opened it up, I would imagine I would have heard about it. So simply grab it and bring it back. And in
Okay.
fact, you know it's here because it has a slight blue tint to it. That once you shine direct light on it becomes quite apparent. Though without direct light, it does look like other boxes. But if just directly on it, you'll be able to tell.
I don't think you're telling us the truth.
Okay.
I don't. I think there's more to this box. Right? What's stopping us from just replacing it and taking it with
Well,
us?
then your names would be in bad standing for those who would hire more work. If you want to be known as people who renege on deals, that wouldn't be good for your business. I guess I'm counting on you caring about your own reputations.
If I may, Miss Bearcroft, are there normally such finely dressed, good-looking people working in your industry of shipping? Was it?
I run the books, and believe me, I can lift with the best of them. And there's a point to where some finery of clothes becomes sturdier than you'd think.
Good to know. I'd like to make a persuasion check, see if I can't ascertain as to who our employer is.
So that's going to be insight.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead.
20. Dirty 20.
When you bring up her strength, she almost shifts despite herself, taking offense that you would think that the implication being maybe she couldn't cut it in her industry. And in doing so, there is a spread to her legs and a bend to her knees that remind you of someone who is very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. And her pants stretch a bit. And you'd think that, almost giving the impression that if she really flexed to her full strength, they'd rip. But and then as she relaxes, they kind of relax again. So you get that while she's definitely fine, definitely is putting a very professional manner. When she says she can throw the best, she's probably true and probably why she's in her position. That she works harder than everyone else.
I'll look forward to working with you in the future. I guess it'd be on us not to fail now, would it?
Good. All right.
I have another question. It's about what you said.
Okay.
You said that you work with an assistant.
Works for me, but yes.
What's their name?
I don't know if that's entirely proper.
What is their first name?
Make a persuasion check.
13.
Baja.
Baja. And has Baja ever been in a long-term relationship?
Okay. I'm starting to understand that one. So, I don't want to be rude, but if there are questions, I'll answer them. If they're not, you can go along and get anything you need to prepare. You've got some gold, and I feel we are on the same page, yes?
Yes.
I would think so.
You don't want this box opened, do you?
I don't see why you'd open it. Plus, like I said, it's crushed, it's dust, so it would get out. It's just best for everybody.
Curiosity.
It stays closed.
It's just curiosity. I mean, what if some were to go missing?
She kind of breathes heavy and cracks her neck a little bit. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. That's a dirty 20.
She goes in and she grabs 70 more gold. Puts it up. How about we just say that you each get 10 more gold to keep it to yourself. And deliver it without any accidental openings.
That's my girl.
Right, and she tosses it to all you. You all may have additional 10 gold.
I never added that.
With that, it seems like you've gotten plenty. So, good day. I'll see you tomorrow. She opens up a book and begins kind of writing some things. And you see that as she does that, she has a stone that she puts to her head. It glows blue, and she kind of Looks like she's thinking something, makes a face, puts it back, and begins writing again.
Devin will head out.
Okay. And with
Is there anything as we head out? I just want to have a gaze around to see if there's any symbols that point out or stick out that aren't what you would expect in a warehouse or.
Make a perception check.
Perception. That is a 5.
You haven't been many warehouses. It's hard to know.
First time.
And all of you remember this conversation as you are tending to fractured bone. Compatriot almost passed out on the
Rengar
second floor of the Slayer's Cake. Yeah, Rengar, go ahead.
Rengar has set the box down on the floor and is leaning against the wall, kind of trying to rewrap the bindings around his shin, where his leg got all fucked up.
I come over and help him out and start. Are you okay, brother?
I need a moment.
I put my hand over where the wound is, and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Before you do that, I'll say if you guys wish to take a short rest here, you probably can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save your spells. We might need them later. I'll be good. I just need some time.
Yeah. So you take it.
Just quick. Oh, sorry.
So I'll say that.
I was going to quickly run upstairs and grab him a cake.
There quickly. Grab the cake. But any of you can investigate this room however you wish. Those of you who aren't resting, but those of you who do, you may go ahead and take your short rest, which means you can roll a hit dice and heal, and you take an hour here to just kind of catch your bearings a little bit and think and talk and process what's going on.
Do I get the feeling that the frosting I stole was kind of tampered with the same way these ice cream things came alive?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, that's a 19.
19.
Ooh.
You're not a... actually. You're not aware of this activity. This seems a little bit more akin to where your family's originally from. Type of antics. But it's... You think of the busted containers that you saw and like things escaping. And that kind of seems maybe that was tampered. Whether this is part of that, I would say given the time and now given another hour, you feel it's probably not.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I keep it.
What about that boot print, though? That was heading over this way. Can I search the room for any trap doors? Oh, there was a basement door thing, wasn't there?
Yeah,
in
you
the
know there's a
corner?
trap door here that you saw.
Could I inspect that for the possibility of opening it?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation check. That's an 8.
An 8.
I'm having the worst time.
Yeah, I would say you look at it, it seems locked. There's a padlock on it. Nothing else special about it.
Just a padlock. Okay. I'm gonna try and unlock that one. If that's okay.
So during the hour that we were resting, I would have gone up to, it's Eurovir?
Yeah.
And I would have said, thank you. I owe you one. I probably would be dead if you weren't around, so thanks. Are you with the temple here?
Yes, I have recently just joined the Dawnfather Clerics.
So you'll be here for a bit?
For the time being, yes. I don't know what Destiny has in store for any of us, but yes.
Well, I'll start paying you back by buying a drink once this is all over.
I may take you up on that. My friends actually got some connections in some taverns. We might get a discount.
Well,
I pop my head around the corner like, did someone say drinks?
Hell yeah, brother.
We drinking.
I know a guy or five. I work at their taverns. They'll give us a hookup.
I'm in.
so I'll also during this time like check out the ice cream cones and see if there's anything like if there's blue dust or something about the shell, something that is different. I'm going to say that since I've grown up here, I sort of know the recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the actual ingredients, but I know sort of what it looks like. I've had it enough. The Slayer's cake is one of my favorite stops. Hot bread with butter and honey on it. It's a thing for me.
I would say go ahead and make an investigation check.
That's natural 20 plus 3.
Nice.
Delicious.
You begin to take the ice cream itself and the shells and kind of just grind them up in your fingers a little bit. And immediately you realize that it's grainy. Presumably you'd assume, given any other day, that just the sugar wasn't properly dissolved and melted in here. But given all the facts, it's more likely that maybe something wasn't dissolved because it would take more to dissolve it.
Are there any particular like hues to the grain, or can I really tell?
Do you have like a water skin or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Just taking your water skin and kind of trying to get into it. You see it's there's like you kind of hold it up to, you have the light spell still going here, so you're able to hold it up, and there is like small blue grains that give the look of something that's been dissolved just by its kind of fully round shape at this point. There's no sharp corners too much to it, but not fully. The other thing you notice as you move in here is as you break apart the shell and are going through the ice cream here, there's like a tackiness to it. There's a stretchiness almost akin to like veins, or more akin to like the inside of an insect that's been squashed. But ice cream, as though this doesn't seem to be simple animation, but near creation or something like that. It's hard to know, but it's definitely not just an ice cream cone that's being thrown around by magic.
Nice.
I'll take a second and I'll close my eyes and I'll think hard of all the details. I'm trying to commit them all to memory.
I'll come over and ask them what are the odds they didn't notice they used a sapphire?
I'm not sure it was sapphire in color even.
Oh,
I'll hold out my hand with the green. The greeny. It's something that didn't dissolve all the way.
maybe it was emerald.
So I'll second to start pointing through the ice cream and sort of show like it's sort of veiny, like it's not like they just animated it. You know how there are some spells that can animate things. There's
Yes.
something different, and I'll sort of point out a point that looks like veins or something. It's more like it changed it, and he's saying this out loud so everybody can hear.
So we mustn't be on our toes then moving forward.
Yeah, I would say part of the investigation you do see this is where most things are made, and it's interesting. Here, you come here all the time, Devin. One thing you know is that it is halflings that work here, and they're also known to have dark vision. So there's not a lot of light down here. Whatsoever. And as you do so, you kind of maneuver the light spell a little bit, and you even realized that you saw some sugar around here. That's only as you aim direct light at it that it gets a blue hue.
So it's like a container of sugar.
It's more just spread out, like some stuff that wasn't quite cleaned up down here.
Okay. So I'll look around for like a jar of sugar, like something that they would store the sugar in.
Mm-hmm. So I think around here it seems like there's like bits of it left, and as you put the light here, few have that, but it looks like it may have been the last things made. Were probably made with this for the day,
Okay.
and that is kind of the impression you're getting here. And you're still not seeing crates for storage, and even like what's here, it's like this isn't their storage. This can't be their storage. They have to have more than this. It doesn't make sense for an organization this large.
While all this is going on, can I try and pick that lock?
Absolutely, but go ahead and make your thieves' tool check, please.
It's just a dex check, correct?
With proficiency.
Yeah. Cool. That's a 13.
13. 13. You get into this padlock, and you're able to. And it opens up.
Gonna have to. I've got some dark vision up to 60 feet, I believe. So, can I open that up and just sort of? What am I looking at here?
Okay. So I was saying this is kind of a D&D thing, is that you want to make sure the short rest is completed, usually before you go to a next room.
Okay.
Just as
Cool.
a
Well,
standard
in that
practice. But I think we can say the long rest is done.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
purposes of
I'll
this.
come out the back, out from behind there, and let everyone know that it's unlocked. I've got through the trap door here, so we can take a look at that whenever you guys are ready to move on.
Oh, cool.
Rengar has bound his leg as best he can, and so it's a little bit better. And he slides himself up the wall, and he tries to put some weight on it, and still winces. It's still sore. It still hurts. And he looks at the crate of sugar and kind of gives this frustrated look.
I'll carry it for you.
Thank you.
I think we can leave it here for now and then move it later once we know there's nothing else. I'm sure it's fine where it is.
Are you saying I'm not strong enough to lift that?
No, I'm
Yes.
saying I want you to be ready for anything, and holding a box might slow you down. And I mean, if you want to lift it now, I'm happy to watch you. He's not being
Insight check.
sarcastic. he is serious.
I'm insight checking.
Okay.
22.
100% serious.
Hmm.
He's not doubting you in any way. He totally thinks you can do it and is willing
Okay.
to watch you try.
Does anyone want to put a wager on it?
On me carrying it?
Yeah. 10 gold says you can't.
I'll take the bet.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to lift this thing.
This 50-pound crate.
Well, your strength's 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can lift a 50-pound crate. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
All right. Go.
Yeah, I do. I walk over with my head at the ground and hand over the 10 gold I had to bargain so hard for.
Oh,
Very well.
All right. So I think before we get to any opening doors, anything else anybody wanted to do or say here?
I want to go check on Elenthal. Elenthal, are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you've been kind of quiet.
I think that the ice cream might be people.
I don't think so. I had to throw a lot of it in the fire. It was painful.
Yeah, it tastes funny.
Oh, you ate it?
Yeah, earlier.
Oh,
Have you eaten people?
Well, I mean, I've eaten live things before.
Were any of them people?
No, not specifically. But animals aren't much different.
River,
Yeah.
is that okay to eat the ice cream?
I mean, he's alive.
Okay.
Different people have different tastes.
I mean, just because you can, I don't necessarily think that maybe you should.
I was just curious.
Do you think I'm not strong enough to eat it?
No, I
Do
think
I make a wager?
I just don't want anybody to get hurt. We
Well,
don't
it's
know what
already
this stuff
dead.
is. Well, I don't want whatever is in this stuff to do something to you all. That's
Yeah,
my
good point.
concern.
That's a
It
good
just
point.
tastes icky.
If
But what if we can give Rengar an ice cream arm?
what is that? Is that
A
another
new
type
arm
of
made out
food?
of ice cream. Just whip you up a new arm. That's fine.
Made of ice cream,
That's it.
and the ice cream is people. So a ice cream person arm.
Sure.
Are
I don't know if that would work. What if eating the ice cream is what turned people into the ice cream?
Well, I
I
guess we'll find out
Yes.
soon.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Mm.
We
What a
are
way to-
you trying to use the cover at night, guys. I think we should continue forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
It's about 3 a.m. right now. All right. So the trapdoor is before you. What's up to do?
Well, we should have some light.
Check it for traps.
I mean,
I agree.
I guess Fine. I was just gonna have someone else walk down there first.
Those are trap checkers that have someone. You open it. I unlocked it. You open it.
So, who was emitting light? Was it Devin
I was.
or Irvia? Cool. So, if I could have Irvia walk over with me so I can use his light to inspect for traps around the trapdoor.
I mean, it's called a trap door. It's
Whoa!
Make investigation check.
These have gone notoriously well so far. A 12.
12. As you move the light around, you do able to see just in the seams where there is a piece of what looks like green glass that seems to be currently in contact with a rune.
A rune. A rune.
A rune of some type that you just, I mean, you're not totally aware. And what you're able to do with that check is you see that if as the door lifted up, it would lift off up the rune. So you're able to take your tools and just detach the glass from the door and lift the door, and the glass stays where the rune is. And you take a little bit of in your thieves toolkit, there's a little bit of adhesive, and you're able just to kind of just attach it so that it stays over that rune.
Does anybody know much about runes?
So I'll look over at what he's looking at. Does this glass sort of look familiar?
So I think with this is Arcana if you want to try to determine the nature of this trap.
That's a 10.
A 10. I don't think you recognize this.
Okay.
I'm not too savvy.
Just,
with
I
runes,
wasn't
but
necessarily trying to figure out the trap. Does the greenish glass look familiar?
I would. It's a. I include in that because what you.
Okay.
It's that's a more rarer thing for people to really know about.
Okay.
Alright. Well, the trap is disabled for now, or whatever. So we can head on in.
Yeah, the door lies open, and here.
I can be the first to go down, I guess, since I'm right there. So
I switch from my ace to my my light crossbow and kind of come up the back.
Okay.
Is Dizzy still carrying the box?
Yeah, probably. I'm just following. I can't see anything.
So
I
make
It
my
is
way
dark
down,
in
I guess,
here.
gripping my dagger.
All right, where
Huge box.
the light spell? What was the light spell cast on?
the
The
box.
I had just casted it out onto on the roof in that area.
On the roof
so
of the area. Okay, cool.
yeah.
So there's a
I've got my
little.
60 feet
Oh
of
no,
that.
because the light wouldn't reach all the way down here. So just on the stairs, there seems to be a little bit of light, but beyond that, the
I've
room
got
is
dark
dark.
vision, but
Okay.
I got 60 feet of dark vision, but obviously that's just black and white. So.
Yeah. So you look around here, you see a large. There's been tiles kind of mostly through the floor here. Here you see a large space in the center of what looks like a dirt floor that's made of stone. And inscribed on it are a series of runes with a very large symbol in the center of it. Around the corners of this room on the dirt are many, many crates. Some open, some still sealed shut.
Fantastic. Well, there are some crates down here, so I'm gonna sort of motion to everyone to come on down.
Drakesh, what do your O5s see?
There's just
Two
some
psychic
crates.
That's fair.
I'm kidding.
That's fair.
I'm kidding.
It's
Total joke.
there's some strange markings on the ground down here, and looks like there could be some tunnels. But please come on down. I don't like the dark.
Could we
I'm
use
gonna
the
start to walk
spell
down
to
myself.
cast light again, so that those of us carrying a large crate can also see going down the stairs?
I can possibly cast it on a bolt and shoot it down there to kind of light up.
Yeah, and I would say
I
also,
think
Jakesh,
I
when
have
you
a
look down
lantern.
here, very at the edge of this room, there's a large, almost liquidy form. It's moving.
Oh god.
You see a large claw that kind of sticks out, some small hands, but like kind of loosely.
If we pour the box of sugar on it, does it coagulate?
The sugar itself or on the blob?
Both.
So I'm going to turn up to the rest of the party and just sort of let them know what I see, which is that there are some runes and stuff down here, and there seems to be something moving around, something large and slimy.
What is that?
So
I see.
I'm just going to try and move down and like sneak around to the left or whatever, just so everyone else can start making their way in.
Okay.
Is
Your dagger grows cold in your hand.
Alright. Yeah, so this is definitely unfriendly. I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow in my other hand and just sort of hug the wall to the left a little bit and just I don't know.
I'll
Try
go
to
down,
give everyone else some room.
I'll go down in front of
to
Pixie this
sit
time instead of behind.
Okay.
I don't know how large the entryway is, that's all. Just trying to give everyone
Yeah.
some space.
So everyone
to-
kind of spreads into the room a little bit. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along the walls, maybe?
And if I can sneak up behind
Oh, I see.
what appears to be the boxes there and try and get a better
Okay. So as you all enter this room, begin to get a better look here.
And I would like to avoid stepping on runes on the
Sure.
floor.
Fair enough. Yes.
Just in case.
Yes. The large white mass that actually, again, we don't have light down here yet, so you see this large mass and it undulates and quivers a bit, and it starts to almost violently shake as you approach. And wait a second. As it does, there's like this pink frosted cake kind of lands out. It's a rectangular thing, the type that would be cut. It's got some strawberries on top. There's what looks like a pink coconut puff treat that falls out, as well as another piece of what looks like wedding cake. And we will start at the beginning of initiative order that we kind of rolled for this whole deal, if everyone is cool with that.
So are they all in the middle of the room like that, or are they over?
They're actually all more towards the white mass there. Yeah. There we go.
Can I take this time to do a sneak attack with the hand crossbow?
At this point, this is so they heard you coming, but you can't be surprised.
Okay.
But they did not get surprised either. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind,
okay.
it's kind
No,
of
that's
how
cool.
it's kind of how
And-
this
Is it pitch black down here at the moment?
it is. So this is for those of you who have dark vision. Kind of saw this because we held off on the light. So the first thing is we will have the pink piece of treat here, almost like a pink tiramisu, really. Go ahead and charge up 30 feet, and it will actually go to the outwards of the line. I think that's... What? Okay. And that's Uvir, I believe. That's Uvir? Okay, awesome. So, this one, is that the one with the shank?
That's one with the shank.
Okay. This has a small knife with it, and it
jeez.
attempts to slice.
Small serving knife.
Yeah, it's like, ha ha! And that's only a 7 to hit. So, whoop, you're able to just lift up your foot about 6 inches to avoid the vicious strike. And with that, Rowan, it's your turn.
Where am I? There I am. Am I able to move between the cake at the right of Revere? Or
Revere? Yeah, Rowan wants
Actually,
to move to the
yeah,
cake to
trying
the
to
right of
avoid the
Revere. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
trying to avoid, I guess, the runes, but
Yeah.
try to get flanking
You flank the cake.
and
Got it.
go and go for the rapier.
Mhm.
There's a 16 to hit.
Yep. You have advantage on that, by the way.
Roll second one. I'll stick with the 16.
Yeah. 16.
And then for damage?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. Looks like 11.
Excellent. With one. Great move here. You stick it directly into this cake. And how do you end its brief life?
Oh, wow. I think I just kind of go on it, start like cutting it all which ways, all fanciful with the rapier, and just kind of like, I need to go on a diet.
Absolutely. All right, and with that, the cake is no more. The sliced in part and begins. The other thing you begin to notice here is there's almost a wind funnel that begins as you see bits of the powder, what looks like sugar in the gray vision, but that you recognize as that blue hued stuff is getting sucked out of the room above you and back in and forms and coagulates in this blue thing, in this large deal.
Oh, that's not good.
And let's see, Rowan, you had dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good. We're on the same page. Excellent. And with that case, Revere, it is your turn.
We still need light in here for the humans, right?
Yes, please.
I'll make my way over to the cases behind Rowan.
Okay, absolutely. Revere goes to the cases behind Rowan.
And I'll cast light on that top case.
Okay. Yeah, Squareface is over there. All right, absolutely. So. Man, oh man, that's crazy. Okay, so you do that, and as you let your light energy out, it glows bright, and that blue arc electricity that you saw around the globule light happen again, and it arcs to the pastries scattered around the room, and it kind of goes, each one it circles like a ball, and then blasts out, filling the room 3 times. So, what I'll need is from everybody here 3 Constitution saving throws.
Oh no.
Did I just TPK us?
Everyone in the room?
Oh.
Yeah,
I cast the cantrip light and everyone died.
Is that from a spell or magical effect?
Yes.
Okay.
Con.
So I'm just going to say the DC here is 10, just to keep track of your fails and your successes. And then you just let me know how many fails you get out of the 3.
I failed once.
Okay, so you would take 3 force damage.
Oh fuck.
I had no failures.
Okay, you're good.
1 failure for
I had
earlier.
2 failures.
Okay, so for the 1 failure, take 3. For the 2, go ahead, take 6.
1 failure for 3.
Yep.
I'm sore.
I have 3
I'm sore, boys.
failures.
That's going to be 9 force damage. As, as it reacts to this light, as though it's reacting to their very existence.
May I use the... Wait.
As bonus action, I'll cast healing word on, who was it? Sheldon, your sword?
Yeah, I'm
I'll
bleeding
cast-
out of my one eye right now.
I'll cast healing word as a bonus action. As I look over do Drakesh, and don't you quit on me now.
Yeah, so this energy,
May
just
I
for those
do
who took
What?
Wait, so what? So this was this was Urvir, right? Wait, who just cast the healing word?
Earlier.
Urvir. Okay, yes. Okay, so no one else can cast anything right now unless you have a reaction, because it was still Urvir's turn.
okay.
But the way this felt was almost like your very existence was being unraveled and someone was trying to erase you. It's like pieces you didn't want to be here anymore. And for Lanthau, you look and you feel almost sticky. And you kind of look down, and where you know blood should have come out, some of your blood has transformed to chocolate on the outside. You wipe it off. You're still you, but that was rough.
I healed Drakesh for a +8.
Okay. Excellent.
And the bleeding suddenly stops, and I can see again. And thank you.
All right. Elanthau, it is your turn.
That was 3 points for every fail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I will move forward into the first cake here, thingy-majigger in the middle.
You got it. Pink cake. Oh, you knocked it over. I couldn't tell from here. Okay, cool. All right. So you're going to the wedding cake in the center.
Yep.
Elanthau rushes in.
11 to hit.
That's going to miss as it just kind of pivots in this rectangular fashion, almost getting behind you.
And 18 to hit.
Yeah, you turn and take a big stabbing right to it.
It'll take 7 damage,
Nice.
and that's my turn.
All right. That Devin.
So I'm going to take my turn and light a torch. Oh, no, we have light now. Sorry. Then I'll make my way to this pink coconut treat, I think is as you described it,
Yes. Devin runs to the coconut
and
tree.
attack with my sword two-handed. That's a 9.
So you take it, it kind of rolls away. The ball. You hit the
And I'm done.
floor. You're done. All right. It is now the pink treat's turn. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the wedding cake's turn. And the wedding cake will simply attack Elanthal here. As it goes to give like this almost sugary javelin it's made in for 17 to hit.
Yeah, it hit.
All right, and you were not raging, I believe.
Correct.
So that is 5 piercing and 3 force damage.
Oh God.
That takes me down.
Yeah, Elanthal falls unconscious. Elanthal. And now...
Level's hard.
Guys, just I wanted to make sure I on the short rest, was I able to regain any spell slots?
no.
Okay.
The pink coconut now runs and goes to bite Devin for 14.
14 hits. Yep.
All right. Thinks in deep, piercing you for 3 piercing damage. And again, there's like this reaction to your blood and its sugar for 5 force damage as part of your energy. Up your leg, your bones seem brittle.
It's a total of 8 damage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This large thing in the back kind of undulates. As it does, the runes on the floor kind of glow briefly, like they flash, and part of it, you see this this blue torrent of this material seems to now have stopped. All of it has seemed to become part of this, and it kind of puts out what almost look like eggs made out of like a sugar hard candy, kind of dung 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 into the circle, and they kind of vanish. And there are 7 of those that go out. That's its turn. Jerkesh, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm probably just going to have to fire a bolt off on the at the little pink thing, if that's possible. Or...
Okay. Yeah, you want to fire
gonna
a
do
crossbow
that.
bolt?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, you get
So-
sneak attack.
Do I?
Yeah, well, 11 hit, that's going to
well,
miss. Just going to whizzes by it.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace. That's all. Unless I can investigate the boxes in front of me, but
Might be kind of... You can give a quick perception
Nah,
check
it's
if you
okay.
want. Okay.
we're good. We'll move on.
Rangard is your turn.
All right. So that wave that hit us when the lights came on, it would have been fine, but it rattled through me, and blood just started seeping out of the wound in my leg, in my shin, and where before I had planned to run up and help in the melee, I can't imagine trying to get there now, and so I reach into my sash and I pull out my sling that I use to hunt small game. and a stone, and I will throw it at the wedding cake that is looming menacingly over the fallen barbarian. And oh my goodness, that's an 11.
Miss. It kind of goes from its standing up to its sideways format and goes right over, rights itself.
Yeah, that's my turn. Damn.
Dizzy, it's your turn.
Is it a free action to get rid of this crate, like putting it on the stair?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do bonus action healing word on Elenthal,
Nice.
and that will be
For how much?
7
Oh!
hit points.
There you go. 7 to Alan.
All right, and I'm going to move up a little bit, trying not to step on any runes, and I'm going to cast Entangle on these two things, which means that's a strength saving throw of 13.
Okay.
Get it?
Entangled. Would that be 3 or 2
Oh, wait.
in the back?
What do you mean? Oh, the back one? Yeah, I think it would catch him too.
Yeah.
Because it's a 20. Wait, let me check to be sure. Yeah, it's a 20-foot square starting at a point within my range, which would be 90 feet. So.
Okay, yeah, you'd be able to do that and avoid everybody else. Fair enough. So let's start. All right, so we're going to start with wedding cake. What's the DC?
13.
Wedding cake will fail with a 4. 20-foot square. Yeah, she got the background too. We'll do coconut tree. Oof, with a 0. So that is entangled, and we have the large insanity in the back. For just a 4. So yeah.
Okay.
I want you to describe entangle for us. How this looks.
Okay. So yeah, I kind of walk up a little bit, and I just kind of smash my quarterstaff on the ground, which echoes this huge rift in the ground all the way up to these cake creatures, and then vines and these large branch-looking vine things come up, and they just start entangling them and gripping them and grabbing them and holding them in place as they just twist and snarl upon them. So basically, they'll have to do a strength check against that spell DC for their action to free themselves.
Yeah, they're restrained, correct?
Yes, they are restrained, so they can't move, can't attack.
Does the spell say can't attack?
Let me make sure.
Because restrained, you can attack. So unless the spell specifically adds that, then.
On a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangled plants until the spell ends, a creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against the spell DC, and if it succeeds, it frees itself. I guess they technically could. So
yeah, they can still attack.
Yeah,
they just have a disadvantage.
Yeah,
correct. Right.
So with that, Rowan, it is your turn.
Oof. Let's see. I would like to. I have a longbow with. Am I able to swap sheath the rapier and wield the longbow?
Yeah, you can do that as free action. You can switch out. Go ahead.
I'd like to take a shot at the wedding cake.
Okay.
Or actually,
cake.
yeah.
Yeah, wedding cake. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Wasn't trying to move though.
Oh, Rowan's using his longbow. There you go. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Rolling. T2 to hit.
22 hits. You do have advantage because it's restrained, so you can go ahead and
Oh,
see if you crit for the heck of it.
Nah, not quite.
All right, roll damage.
Damage. 9.
All right. The air goes out, and you see the air goes up, and it kind of pierces the strawberries on top. They pour out like blood, and this thing seems to lose. The arms kind of fade away, dissolve, and there's a piece of cake with an arrow through it. It is destroyed.
Guys, are these things bleed?
I'm beginning to believe they are humans.
That's my turn.
All right, Revere.
I'll cast Sacred Flame on the large one.
On the large one, okay.
Which is a saving throw. I think no.
The Dex.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
It gets a 4. It fails.
and it'll
What
get
does spell
1d8
do?
radiant damage. So just kind of hold on to the emblem on my chest of the Allfather and ask him for help against this foe. And cylinder of flame just comes down on them.
Absolutely. How much damage again?
3.
3. Okay. Yeah. Kind of moves around. You see that part of it seems to shrink and harden, like kind of the sugar hardens, just crystal form around it and shatters. Still seems to be a lot left in it. And then that would be Elantho.
I believe I'm back up now.
Yep, you're back up with 7.
I guess I'll help out with the little pink puff.
All right, so rapid movement to stand, and then I think you still have enough to get over to the pink puff. So it now stands up and runs towards the coconut treat.
And I rage.
All right, bonus action rage.
Get it.
And 11 misses.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I run in with the rage and swing wildly and miss, and that's my turn.
And how many times have we rolled 11?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have
Again, this
advantage?
this thing is very agile. Apparently, it's like rolling around. You cannot get it. It's a little terrifying. This is kind of defending itself.
Is
Devin,
that
it
an
is your turn.
advantage? Is that advantage with the restraint?
Yeah, sorry, that was with advantage because of restraint.
Oh, did you roll with advantage?
Mark, did you use advantage there?
No.
So go ahead and roll again because you got advantage because of restraint.
Yeah.
19.
That hits.
Yeah.
And that'll be 8.
8. Very good. So that's a big part of it, and this one has like there's like a blue filling that begins to run out, and this one you don't know if it's vocal cords or if it's air escaping, but there's a definitive screaming sound that comes.
Oh.
Nice.
Then Devin, it's your turn.
So I just want to double check something. So you said that the big blob in the back had a tendril, or part of it is actually laying on that circle?
It kind of threw stuff into the circle,
Okay.
but does have a tendril. Has various things coming off of it.
Okay. All right. I'll attack the pink thing in front of me. I'll start there with my longsword two-handed.
All right.
It's an 8.
Yeah. Rolls around. It's injured, but it's kind of almost like limping around. It's kind of like using its weight to make itself plop around the battlefield, trying to stay away from you.
Was that with advantage as well?
Oh,
It is with
yeah, that would
advantage.
be advantage.
We gotta
Sorry.
remember it's with advantage.
That's a natural 20 for 25.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Roll that dice. So natural 20 with crit, it means that you get to roll your damage dice twice and add your modifier. And for rogues, that would include sneak attack if you crit.
Hey.
It apparently already knows that it's crit. Total of 12.
12 damage. How do you want to kill it?
So I'll swing my longsword, sort of where Mark's character had already cut into it. He'll cut the other side and just kind of cut it in half.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you take the other thing, shink, and you see this time it's like as the candies that would make out the eyes fall out, there does seem to be like almost like sugar string that seems to have attached them inwards and before it kind of loses its form. And the blob in the back kind of roars as though it's upset.
Okay. It ends my turn.
All right. With that, it's 20. Oh, it's restrained anyway. So I think restrained here. It's actually going to try to break out. What was your DC?
13 for strength.
That is a 9. That's its action. It cannot move. So it's got nothing else. Jakesh, it's your turn.
Beautiful. All right. Where would 20 yards away from it be, roughly?
20 yards or 20 feet?
20 feet, my mistake.
Okay. Got it. So Jakesh,
Well, I want to
20
move to
feet.
20 feet. Yeah, within 20
From it,
feet.
I don't think he does. So there you go. Right about there.
Sweet. What I would like to do is grab a flask of oil out of my jacket and try and throw that onto the big thing.
Okay. So what, it just say oil?
Yeah, oil flask. It just
Okay.
I get to can throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. It's just an improvised ranged weapon, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's flammable oil. It can then be set on fire, I believe.
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
purpose of it,
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically make a dex check.
A dex.
Yeah.
Sweet. That is a natural 20.
So it flows the air, shatters, and the oil kind of covers the entire form here.
Beautiful. I'm not sure what else I can do in this turn. I might put my my enchanted dagger away and just pull out a normal dagger, perhaps. Just do a swapperoo,
Okay. Sounds
and
good.
that's pretty much about it. Because the plan is to coat the other dagger with oil and light it up.
You got it. Then Rengar, that is your turn.
Yeah, I had already snatched another stone from my pouch and flipped it into the sling, and I was preparing to throw it at one of the... So far, Ringo's had a really bad time with pastries and stuff. He might have ruined it for a while, but now that all the food has been dispatched and we're focusing on this thing in the back, I will try and thread it between Devin and Ellenthal and hit this creature, whatever it might be. It could be more food. Ringard doesn't know.
All right. So, make your attack.
And I'm doing this with advantage because I think it's entangled.
Yes.
It helped. There's a 13 hit.
13 hits.
Oh, good. So, is double check. Yeah, 1d4 plus 2. And, that's a 1. So 3 damage. So I skipped the stone off of this thing's hide.
All right. What type of damage is this?
It's bludgeoning.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so just skip it. Seems like a bit of it hits the wall and kind of starts to corrode the wall a little bit.
And I'm going to slide right along the wall to put the crates between me and this thing.
Okay, so Ranger slides across the wall just to get some distance and some cover. And then Dizzy, it is your turn.
Is this creature considered large or larger?
It's medium.
Okay, so never mind on that. My job right now is to maintain concentration. Is there anywhere I can hide?
I mean, let's see here. Places Dizzy can hide. You could try to get behind some of the crates.
Dizzy, she can get behind the body of a cake.
Oh, yeah, the cake's actually tiny. She can't hide behind the cake.
Then she can go to Ranger.
Behind the
You
crate.
could try to
took
go
down.
by the crate with Rengar.
Okay, that's what I'll do. To try and, in case this thing starts shooting projectiles, and so I can try to hold on to my concentration. That'll be my turn after I move there.
All right. In that case, Rowan.
Is there? May not be the best time. Do we? Oh, what do we? Do I recognize what this thing is?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. 13.
13. I mean, you recognize bits of creatures. There's just definitely some halfling hands in there.
Oh no, the workers!
Oh, no.
There's bits of creatures you recognize. Overall, no, you have zero concept of what this could be.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take another with the longbow. Okay. Person is either dead or not happy. Is that advantage?
Yes.
So 16.
A 16 hits. Or your damage.
And 5 damage.
5, that's piercing, correct? That was piercing?
Nice.
Okay. Javier, it is your turn.
I don't want to light it on fire, and then we're gonna burn down the whole cakery.
I'm literally gonna yell out like, "Urvia, light it up!"
I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead,
Okay.
and I'll just look at it and point at it and try and just
Yeah,
Yeah,
roll
'cause I
that.
can't do ceremony. And it's already taken damage, correct?
Yeah,
So that's changes from a D8 to a D12.
yeah, roll it. It failed its save.
Oh, one.
A one necrotic damage. Moves out. All right.
Ow.
Yeah.
Hey, now it's
One of the fingers of the halfling hands kind of fades away.
It's down
Can
to
I-
32, guys. We're doing great.
Can I tell if it had any effect on it?
I mean, you injured it
Okay.
for 1 damage. Yeah, definitely. Elenthel, it is your turn.
3 of the fingers melted away, and
Yeah. Yes.
I'll move in and attack the big thing.
All right. Elenthel moves in. Elenthel moves into attack. Yeah, you're still raging, and you have advantage because it's restrained still.
Uh, 13,
13 will hit.
and that'll do 11.
11. And is that slashing?
Yes.
All right. So you around it, and you kind of just pass through it, almost like seems like it forms around the sword, and it's constantly moving, so the blade never actually can cut into it. And you
Okay.
get that you did 0 effect.
oh no.
It's rough.
Then with my second attack, I drop my sword and I punch it.
All right, sounds good. And with that, you see
Elenthel
that
is about to get
it kind of like
absorbed.
shakes a little bit, and it splits into 2.
Oh.
Give me a
Uh-oh.
placeholder.
What? Oh no.
One of which is not restrained.
So it whatever one I hit it that takes 6 bludgeoning.
You got it. All right. So, excellent.
It's not restrained, but it is in difficult terrain, right?
Yes.
Cool. Maybe that'll help a little bit.
I want to say you hit the restrained one here because we did roll advantage. So, perfect. Okay. All right. Now it is Devin's turn. So that piece of cake's the second one.
Yeah. I am going to do Eldritch Blast.
Okay, on which one?
The cake.
Cake.
22.
All right. 22 hits.
For 1.
All right.
Rest in
And that's
peace.
force damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Kind of a piece of it kind of falls off, and it's kind of squares off.
You move
against
closer?
somebody.
No, I didn't move
No.
at all.
Move Devin back. He Eldritch Blast. There you go. Sorry about that. And,
That's okay.
All right. Let's see. The one that is restrained is going to lash out against Elenthel at disadvantage. With a 5. And then the cake here is going to move. Yeah, it's going to move towards Devin. If it can it get it with 10 feet? Okay, yeah. It's 10 feet of movement, can get there. And then it will attack just for 8. So it kind of reaches out, and it's almost like it's forming itself into something that's trying to wrap around you. And you're able to move out of the way.
Okay.
Chirkesh, it's your turn.
Beautiful. First things first. The oil is technically on the restrained one, isn't it? Or is that
Really, it's
dried
on
up
both
now?
of them, theoretically, so.
Okay. Well, still want to go for the restrained one, I think.
You got it.
Because I have advantage. I think I need to be within 30 yards to throw a dagger, though. And even then, I need to somehow light it up.
Yeah,
Not
you're within 30
sorry.
feet. Yeah, you're within 30 feet.
Yeah, okay. I think, well, I'm going to cover my dagger's blade in oil and then light it up with, I presume a tinderbox will work, right?
Fair enough, yeah. I'll give you that to you. And then you're going to try to throw it?
Yeah, I was going to try and throw it, sort of.
Yeah, make the attack with advantage.
Yes, sweet. Just wasn't sure if I could do that all in one turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh. Ooh.
With advantage?
8 and a 6.
That was with
Yeah,
advantage.
with
You rolled an
advantage.
8 and a 6. So, ding, it kind of bounces off the back floor, and yeah,
There goes
you
my
just do
oil.
some fire in a bakery. So, tell you what, give me a D20. You don't want to roll lower than 12.
D20.
Oh!
13. Okay. Nothing catches on fire. All right, Raingard, is your turn.
All right. Man, all this. I see where he was going with the fire idea. I just don't know if it's a good one. But from where I am behind, I'm just gonna. Okay, the big creature. Do we get any semblance of damage that it's taken, or does it seem like it's doing fine? Can we even tell?
Yeah, its form seemed to get less intimidating after it split. So I'd say the one that's restrained looks worse and looks like you might be able to take care of it. It depends.
And from last time I threw a stone at it, did I get the sense that I actually hurt it?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll throw another one at the restrained one because I have a better chance of hitting that one.
Yep, advantage.
Oh, it was so close. It was a 19 plus 4. So that is 5 damage from the stone.
Okay. Nice. 5 bludgeoning. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like it could take another stone like that. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it for my
The
turn.
stone goes through rockets, and you see like it kind of peels out what you can definitely see as like a partially decrepit head. Like you see skull. You also see like a little blue earring on there, and it kind of rolls across the floor. So the rock kind of pushes it out, and with that, Dizzy, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to make myself useful here. I'm going to take out my tinderbox and torch.
Okay.
for an action, try to light it.
Yeah. Action, you light your torch.
Okay. And then I'm going to go over to where I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get that name right. I can't
Devin?
see it on my screen. Is it Darkesh?
Rakesh.
Darkesh. So I'm going to go over to where they are and kind of hold it out. So they have a fire source to shoot through.
Okay. Absolutely. So Dizzy goes over to Drakesh and holds out a torch like, here you go. Get it. And with that, it is Rowan's turn.
Where am I? Each one of these is 5 feet.
Sorry, what?
The squares on the floor are about.
Yes, 5 feet. Yeah. And which, by the way, I don't think we've had much call for it, but I usually do have an overhead cam as well if you need so. So you just have to ask for it.
I can make it to. Can I?
What's your movement?
I can't. Dizzy, can I? I think I only got 30 feet.
You have 30 feet and you want to make it to Dizzy?
I was asking. I don't think I can make it. Can I?
I don't think so. 30. You'd be 10 feet away.
And I'll just stay where I am. Just continue firing arrows. The restriction.
Okay, fire the restrain one. It's going to be at advantage.
Uh, 23.
23 hits.
And
Or your damage.
4 points of piercing damage.
4. So with this, your arrow goes in it, and it begins bubbling and almost shrieking as it starts to lose its form and begin to be a flat puddle that starts to seep across the runes here. And as it does, it almost seems to interact with whatever magic seems to be there, and bits of it seem to vanish.
Okay. I guess I'll have my.
All right. But the big one is gone. Revere, it is your turn.
I'll try to I'll cast Toll of the Undead again.
Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead.
Sorry, that was
Toll
for
the
me
Dead.
mostly. 9. So fails. Roll that d12.
Alright, so that's D12. 8.
8.
8 of necrotic.
Absolutely. Begins shrinking quickly. Was not ready for that. Elantho.
I head over to the one that's left,
Right.
and I will punch it first with my fist.
Got it.
17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And I'll take 6.
How do you want to kill it?
Hey!
It had
Base-
6.
Yeah, so basically I rear back and punch really hard and it just splatters.
Absolutely. And what's left of the cake goes everywhere. And it goes away from the circle based on how you.
And then what's left on my hand, I do look at everybody and I lick it.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
Oh,
It's not as intimidating as you think to lick the chocolate like you would blood.
I wrote this in. I'm so sorry. You feel yourself like harden, like you're turning into hard candy.
Okay.
Does he take any damage?
No, but he better not save that next con save or fail that next con save. This is a form of petrification into hard candy.
Ooh.
So all the enemies are gone. Is there anything before we make you do this next con save?
Can I do a? Oh, actually, still turn it.
Inspiration.
I was wanting to do a bardic inspiration if I could.
Okay, yeah.
I guess give him D6 to a check.
D6 Bardic Inspiration. There you go. All right. With that, you go ahead and make your con save.
Oh, no. All right. You said D6?
Yeah. Con save plus the D6.
And with the D6, that's a 9.
DC was 10. So you watch as see Rengar and his weapons. See there's like red gumdrops and sugar form, and he looks like this rock candy version, very well sculpted of himself.
He was right. The cake was people.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, what the hell just happened?
I look over at Ro and I said, nobody's going to believe this at the tavern.
That's not well. Is there anything we can? Do you have a? How do you undo this?
You begin hearing Rush steps from outside coming down.
Guys, I think I got company.
Can we identify which one of these boxes had the chest that or is the chest that we came here for?
Sure. You have very little time here. You look around if you begin positioning the chest light or use dancing lights or the type of thing to do that direct light, if you remember. What do you use? How do you want to put direct light on these chests? Because you remember that was the key.
I've got light going off the chest, the top chest right next to me at the moment.
Okay.
and Dizzy's got a torch as well.
That's right, yeah. So between the torch and everything, you start to move over, and you're able to quickly find... It's actually one of the ones that Rengar is hiding behind, or was hiding behind, and you find the one, and it kind of matches the shape of one that you brought down, but in the light it does have that blue tinge, and it is open. At least had been cracked open, and as you peel it up, you look in. If it was filled, there's about a quarter of what was in there left.
We need to get out of here, guys.
I think that they did check the crate and discovered what was inside, and it turned them into these cake creatures.
That's what it seems like.
Can I take a handful of this stuff and stick it in my pocket?
That is exactly how they became cake creatures.
Make a sleight of hand
sure
check real quick.
Were you trying to be stealthy about it?
I'm just gonna say, oh no.
Okay, so
I'm actually the worst
takes some of
rogue
this, some
in
of
the
it
world.
falls on, and he kind of puts it in a bag.
Yeah.
As you do that, you see that Elantho begins to move, and the candy doesn't crack but just starts to fade away and almost fall off of him like a mask. And he almost breaks out of the shell. And Elantho, you're yourself.
Just
As it seemed to be a short petrification effect, relatively.
you're a little tastier now.
Also, coming down, you see an extremely well-dressed older gentleman, white hair, spectacles,
No.
holding aloft a large gun. On his shoulders, braced about. What the hell you're taking from my wife there? He points his gun at Drakash. And with that, we were for tonight.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh, those of you watching on Twitch, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed our depths into evil, confectionery and bakery and all the types of deals. And met our new characters for our new campaign. I'm really excited. I'm loving all their stories and how they dealt with some trauma. And hopefully we'll see all of you next Saturday as we see what happens next. With that, we'll say goodnight, Twitch.